What if I told you that you could buy the shell of your own home, legally, for less than a used car? That's not clickbait. There are real, legitimate tiny house kits available right now, in 2026, starting under $3,000. Some as low as $2,900. But, and this is a big but, most people who buy these kits end up spending 2, 3, sometimes 4 times that amount before they can actually sleep inside. And nobody talks about that part. Today, I'm going to show you exactly which kits are real, what they actually include, what they don't include, and most importantly, what your true all-in cost is going to be. No fluff, no affiliate pep talk, just the honest numbers. Stick around until the end, because I'm also going to show you a strategy that smart tiny home buyers use to keep total costs under $25,000, even when starting with a $5,000 kit. If you're new here, welcome. This channel is all about real numbers and honest housing alternatives. Hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss our upcoming deep dives on off-grid setups, ADU zoning by state, and more tiny living breakdowns. And drop a comment below. Are you looking at a tiny home as a primary residence, a weekend retreat, or an income property? I read every single one. Let's start with the basics, because the term tiny house kit gets thrown around in a lot of different ways, and it matters for your budget. A tiny house kit is essentially a package of pre-cut, pre-measured building materials, walls, framing, sometimes windows and doors, designed so that you or a small crew can assemble the structure yourself. Think of it like a really sophisticated IKEA build, but for a home. What these kits typically include: pre-cut structural lumber or engineered panels, a ridge beam and roof framing components, numbered parts with assembly instructions, sometimes windows, doors, and basic hardware. What they typically do not include: foundation or trailer, plumbing and electrical, insulation in many base models, interior finishes, flooring, drywall, kitchen, bathroom, building permits, shipping costs, which can be significant. This distinction is everything. The $2,900 price tag is for the shell. The livable home costs considerably more. I'll break that all down, but first, let's look at what's actually available. KIT 1, Arched Cabins. Kicking things off is one of the most talked about kits in the tiny home community. Arched Cabins out of Texas. Their 120 square foot base model starts at $2,900. But the 164 square foot model we're featuring here sits closer to $4,500 before shipping. Their most popular sizes, in the 400 to 500 square foot range, land between $5,000 and $9,000. What you get is a ridge beam, arch ribs, floor plates, foam inserts, metal roof paneling, and ridge caps. The roof comes with a 40-year warranty, which is legitimately impressive at this price point. What's not in the kit? End caps, doors, windows, foundation, insulation, and interior work. Those are all on you. The arch design isn't just aesthetic, it actually helps with snow and wind loads. Real builders have completed these structures in a weekend with a small crew. Honest take. This is one of the most legitimate budget options in the market. But plan realistically. Most builders report spending an additional $8,000 to $15,000 to make it livable, depending on finishes and location. KIT 2, Handy Home Windemere. Next up is the Handy Home Windemere, a 12 by 16 foot shed-style structure that many DIYers convert into a micro cabin or backyard studio. The 2026 retail price for the Windemere has ticked up slightly to $3,549 at most major home improvement centers. It comes with pre-cut wood panels, a basic roof system, and assembly hardware. It's designed to go up in a weekend. One important note: this is in the shed conversion category. It's a great blank slate, but getting it up to livable code, insulation, HVAC, electrical, plumbing adds significantly to the budget. Best use case: off-grid weekend retreat, artist studio, or a guest house on a property you already own. KIT 3, Allwood Mayflower. Now we're getting into Scandinavian-style quality. Allwood Outlet imports Nordic spruce kits from Scandinavia and the Baltic states. The Mayflower is currently listed at $8,450 for the standard kit, or $8,995 if you want the upgraded Nordic spruce floor joists included. That upgrade is worth it in my opinion. Nordic spruce is genuinely a step up in quality. It's dense, durable, and aesthetically beautiful with that natural wood grain. The Mayflower comes with pre-numbered, interlocking wall logs, windows, doors, and a floor system. This is one of the few kits under $10,000 that includes windows and a floor, which saves you meaningful money on the back end. Assembly takes roughly 1 to 2 weeks. Allwood is very transparent that roof shingles and foundation materials are not included. Honest take, Allwood's kits are real quality at a fair price. The main thing to know is their shipping. These are imported, and shipping costs can range from a few hundred to over $2,000 depending on your location. Factor that in before you pull the trigger. Kit 4, Glen Echo Kits. Glen Echo offers a more traditional cottage-style look. Think classic New England aesthetic, pitched roof, real wood siding, windows with character. While the MSRP is often higher, you can still find the 8x12 Glen Echo on sale for $9,306 if you buy direct from the manufacturer. This kit includes pre-cut and labeled lumber, instructions, and a foundation guide. It's designed for DIY assembly and targets the weekend builder who wants something that looks like a real home, not a converted shed. Best for vacation cabin, lakeside retreat, or a semi-permanent backyard structure. Kit 5, Little Cottage Company. Colonial Pinehurst. The Little Cottage Company has been a reliable name in kit cabins for years, and in 2026, the 10x12 Colonial Pinehurst is a massive value at just $3,839. Their larger 12x24 models will still run you between $6,000 and $9,000. But if you're starting out or building a small retreat, that entry price is hard to beat. Made in the USA, which matters for some buyers, with pre-cut, labeled wood. You choose your own foundation type, and the standard framing is rated for storm resilience. Popular as a backyard office on the East Coast, but with proper permits and insulation it can function as a full-time small living space. Okay, this is the section that most YouTube videos skip, and it's the most important part of this video. Here's the truth. A $5,000 tiny house kit does not mean a $5,000 tiny home. Not even close. Let me walk you through what you actually need to budget, based on 2026 data. The kit itself. Budget, $2,900 to $9,800. That's what we just covered. Good range. But now here's everything else. Foundation or trailer. You need something to put this thing on. A DIY concrete pier and gravel foundation in 2026 will run you roughly $1,500. That's the budget approach if you're doing most of the work yourself. A professional slab can easily hit $5,000 or more depending on your site. A trailer if you want on wheels? Budget $4,500 to $9,000 for a trailer rated for a tiny home. Permits. Yes, you need permits. And yes, this varies wildly by location. Building permit fees for accessory structures currently average between $150 and $2,000, depending on your county's 2026 zoning rules. Some municipalities are on the lower end. Some will surprise you with fees approaching that $2,000 ceiling. My strong advice: call your county planning department before you buy a kit. Seriously, this one step can save you thousands. Plumbing. A basic plumbing rough-in for a tiny home runs $1,000 to $7,000. If you're hooking up to municipal sewer, add another $500 to $20,000 depending on how close the connection is. Want to go off-grid with a composting toilet and gray water system? You can cut costs significantly, but a quality composting toilet alone runs $800 to $1,500. Electrical and solar. Wiring a tiny home typically costs $750 to $3,500 for the rough-in and panel. Connecting to the grid adds another $250 to $5,000. Here's some good news on the solar side. Costs have actually dropped. A solid 1,600-watt DIY off-grid solar setup now costs about $4,000 to $5,000. A professional grid tie installation remains around $8,000. If you're comfortable with a DIY solar setup, that's a real way to save. Insulation. Most kits under $10,000 don't include it. Budget 80 cents to $2.50 per square foot for materials. For a 200 square foot structure, that's roughly $500 to $1,000 in materials alone. Interior finishes. This is where costs vary the most based on your choices. A very basic interior, plywood floors, painted drywall, basic kitchen setup. Might cost $5,000 to $10,000 in materials. Want it to look like the beautiful tiny homes you see on Instagram? Double or triple that. So what's the real number? If you're disciplined, strategic, and doing significant DIY work. Kit, $3,800 to $9,800. Foundation, concrete piers and gravel, $1,500 to $5,000. Permits, $150 to $2,000. Plumbing, off-grid composting setup, $1,500 to $3,000. Electrical, DIY solar, $4,000 to $5,000. Insulation, $800 to $1,500. Interior finishes, basic, $5,000 to $10,000. Shipping for kit, $500 to $2,000. Your absolute floor for a livable DIY build is $15,000. The average high-end kit build lands right around $44,000. That's still a fraction of a traditional home, but it's important to go in with accurate expectations. So here's the strategy one mentioned in the intro: how smart buyers keep total cost down, even starting with a budget kit. Step 1. Start with a site you already control. The single biggest cost variable in a tiny home project is the land and utility hookup situation. If you can build on property you already own, your backyard, a family member's land, a rural lot you paid off, you eliminate the land cost entirely and often simplify the permit process through ADU or accessory structure rules. Step 2. Go off-grid on water and waste first. A composting toilet and a rainwater or well system dramatically reduces the cost of plumbing. This isn't for everyone, but for weekend cabins and rural retreats, it's completely legal in most states and save you $5,000 to $15,000 on utility hookups. Step 3. Choose a kit that includes the floor and windows. Allwood's kits include a floor system and double-glazed windows. That's $2,000 to $4,000 in components you don't have to source separately. It seems like you're paying more for the kit, but your all-in cost is actually lower. Step 4. Pull your own permits. Yes, you can do this yourself as an owner-builder in most states. It takes time and research, but you avoid contractor markup on the permit process. YouTube and your county's planning department website are your friends here. Step 5. Phase the interior. You don't have to finish everything at once. Get the shell up, weather-tight, and permitted. Then finish the interior over time as your budget allows. Many tiny home builders live in an RV or with family while they complete the interior over 6 to 12 months. This is how you genuinely keep total costs in the $20,000 to $25,000 range. Real quick, 5 mistakes I see people make constantly with these kits. Number 1. Buying the kit before checking local zoning. Your county may not allow structures under a certain square footage or may require a permanent foundation. Check first. Number 2. Forgetting the residential liftgate fee. Even if a kit advertises free shipping, most carriers are now charging a $300 to $500 surcharge for home delivery in 2026. That fee shows up at checkout or on your invoice. Don't let it catch you off guard. Number 3. Underestimating the interior. The kit gives you a box. The interior is an entirely separate budget item. Number 4. Going too small. A 120 square foot structure sounds romantic until you're in it for 3 weeks in January. Size up to at least 200 to 300 square feet if this is a primary or frequent use structure. Number 5. Skipping the permit. An unpermitted structure can't be legally sold as a home, may not be insurable, and could be order demolished. Don't skip this step. Here's the bottom line. Tiny house kits under $10,000 are real, they are legitimate, and they absolutely can be the foundation of an affordable housing solution. The key is going in with honest expectations. The kit is the starting point, not the finish line. Your floor is around $15,000 for a truly bare-bones, livable build. Your realistic range for a comfortable DIY build runs $25,000 to $44,000. If you want to see more content like this, real breakdowns, honest numbers, no fluff, subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. We've got a full video on the cheapest legal ways to place a tiny home in the US right now, including the states with the most ADU-friendly zoning laws in 2026. And if you found this helpful, share it with someone who's thinking about going tiny. It might save them a lot of money and a lot of surprises. I'll see you in the next one.